Greetings traders, Coach Robert from Topstep here. I'm going to be your host and provide you with a tutorial and walkthrough of the TopstepX platform. I'm going to show you some of the features and functionality as of May 1st, 2024. But don't worry, we're constantly adding to this platform, so stick with us. I'm going through a lot in this video, so feel free to pause or rewatch the sections should you need more information. So let's get started. I'll move the camera out of the way, and here we are looking at the entire platform. Full screen. On the left side, we have some neat features here with this our trading. We have a trader hub we will go through. We have performance stats for our accounts, a main settings area, direct link to Topstep TV, and then we have a support area which has multiple functionality. Across the top, we have the accounts that we're using, multiple accounts from the drop-down list here, the balance, the max loss limit, current realized P&L, unrealized P&L when we're in a trade, our personal daily loss limit, and our personal daily profit target. These are all adjustable. Here is a manual lockout. When you are finished trading for the day, by clicking the manual lockout, you can no longer trade on the platform until the open of the following day. We will go through that feature as well. We have an option here where we can select, choose, or save several different layouts by clicking the Save Layout or adding a new custom layout here. The chart, notice, is Trading View, built-in charts. It's not directly with Trading View, but it has most of the functionality, and we're constantly adding to the features. We have our time across the top. We can choose between ticks, seconds, minutes, hours, and days at this time. By selecting the star, it will add it to the favorites list at the top. We have different chart types. We have candles, Heikin-Ashi, line type, Renko, and several others. Again, clicking the star will put it at the top for easy access for us. This is the indicator area. By clicking on the indicators, we can very simply do a search. Say I type in MACD, we can see it. If we like it, we choose the star, and then that will add it to the top of the scripts for easy access. We'll go through those as well. We have a neat feature here for linking the chart. This here is the chart link. I have it on yellow. It's showing the YM right now. Here's the yellow in the DOM, and here's yellow on the order panel. I'll go through this as well, but if I just search for NQ, notice that I'm trading the NQ here, and it also updated the others. I have additional DOM and orders for different colors linked together should I choose to have multiple charts. We have a purple here, we have a yellow here. The yellow is NQ, the purple one is ES. I can toggle back and forth very easily, and again, this will change with our adjustment here, YM, and it follows it. These are all linked together. Let's go back to the single chart, focus on YM. On the left side, we have drawing tools. If you're familiar with TradingView, there are quite a few tools that are in here. If we mouse over them, it tells us the trend line, fib retracement, and other tools. But to the right of that, there is a little arrow. If we click on that, we have additional features that are very close. We have trend lines, rays. These are all drawing different channels, whereas if we choose the fib tool, it has multiple other tools that are associated with the fib. For example, the GAN boxes. And we have different brushes available if we want to draw arrows and rectangles, and we'll go through some of those. And of course, if we have different text, notes, callouts, these are very, very useful. We have this fun area where we can put little emojis on the chart as reminders, drawing tools, zooms. This is a magnet where if we have a tool, it will bring us to the closest spot, so we don't have to try to get exactly on there. The magnet will do it for us and just snap it right to the closest location. We are able to stay in drawing mode, which means if we choose one tool, if I choose a line and I draw it, if I click again, I'm not going to be able to draw the line until I click again, just like that. Whereas the drawing mode, I can continuously draw. We can lock the tools, and we can hide all the drawings, And we can also remove them. Again, these have an arrow next to them, removing the drawings, removing the indicator. This is one indicator up here. The chart, let's look at the whole layout. All of these are module based. So notice we have the chart here. We have a DOM, we have an order panel. We have account information down here, and you can set these up any way that you like. They're all customizable. Orders that were placed, and any open positions that we can see. So let us just place a position, selling the market. We can see our position is now here. We can close it, we can adjust. It shows our P&L, it shows the account that we're on, and it shows our instrument, it shows the direction. We can just close the trade, close the position. We can flatten, we can take the opposite side. If we were in a sell, we can choose a buy, and that will close the position. Notice the account I'm on follows each location because they're linked together. So if I change the account in one, this is 1165, let's go to 1176. 1176 follows each one, and if I place a position here, it will also place a position in that account. Let's remove. Let's go back to our other test account. These modules are all expandable and drag. So if I just go to the bottom of this chart and I click and I drag, notice this line that's at the bottom here, it's going to drag the entire bottom piece with it. And the same with the left side. And between each component. They can be easily adjusted. You can even move the components from one location to another. For example, I have my orders here, but what if I wanted to have my accounts in the same area? I can simply click on the account and drag to this location. And now I have it in this tab. We can add other components easily as well. Let's add another DOM. Clicking on Add Components, DOM, I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag, and we can see these arrows come up and allows us a visual as to where this is going to be. So let's put the DOM right next to the other ones, just like that. Notice nothing is linked. So if I want to link to another color, that's fine. Let's just keep it on yellow to maintain consistency. And you can see that it follows the Dow. I can move this to this panel as well, just simply by dragging it and picking another location. Or I can close it altogether. And these panels can be moved while they are in use. So if we wanted the positions panel, for example, to be on this side, there it is. And then we can resize as we like. Here's our trades, quotes area where we can add the instruments that we would like to monitor. These are all the instruments that are currently available in TopstepX. This is the tilt. The tilt is our proprietary indicator or information box where it displays all of the open positions in the directions and all of the accounts at Topstep minus the live accounts. These are all the combine accounts and all the express funded accounts. It shows you at any given time where the traders are trading. Right now, at this time, traders across all of Topstep are 70% short and 30% of them are long. It shows the average price the longs are at and the average price the shorts are at. And this will continuously update throughout the day, and as it changes, as more traders add and remove positions, these will change. It's a very, very nice feature to have. You can use that to your advantage to go with the traders that are short or to fade the traders, meaning you would take a long in that situation. Let's take a look at some of the panel information on the left-hand side here. This is trading. It has our charts. Here's the Trader Hub. If I click on the Trader Hub, notice that we have the market news that stays running all day long. And these are the economic events that we're pulling from the internet. Very handy to have at your disposal, very easy to access. shows previous information forecasted and actuals when we have releases coming out. Here are the performance stats. It's going to apply to this account. Clicking the performance stats, we have several. We have their daily P&L, which we can see. We have the daily P&L balance, and then we have stats throughout the day. Now, mind you, this is a practice account, not practice, it's a combine account, but I use this for demonstration purposes. We have the settings we'll go into. I'll come right back to that. Here is Topstep TV. If we click on Topstep TV, it opens up a new panel, and we have Topstep TV live, just like this. There it is. We can watch it. We can move it to another browser, another monitor. We can close. That's Topstep TV. Let's go to the settings. In the settings area, there are multiple tabs with information. Copy trading is the first one on the left. With copy trading, when you place a trade in the lead account, that exact trade will be placed in the follower accounts. Let's choose the lead account. We're currently using 1165. So let's choose 1165 as our lead account. Let's choose 1176 as a follow account. Any trade that I place now in this account will automatically be placed in the other account. We can see this at the top where we have a leader and the follower, easily identified. When we click on the follower, it shows us. We go back to the leader, and it shows us. We are unable to trade in the follower account when it is attached to a leader. Let's remove the copy trading for one moment. Moving on to risk settings. These risk settings apply to the account being shown, and if you are copy trading, it follows through to the other accounts as well. Currently, we have the brackets set up with a risk of $250 and a profit of $500. Let's make this a little smaller so we can see it. Our risk being 100 and our profit being 200. This checkbox is important because in order for the risk and profit parameters to take place, we need to make sure that we are applying them when we put a new position on. So let's do that. This section, we can set our own personal daily loss limit. So if your account is a 50K combine and the daily loss limit is $1,000, you can adjust it. You can say, I only want to limit mine to 5. So if you're in a drawdown and you hit $500 on your loss, we have the action of, well, do nothing, and that won't help. We can liquidate the position, but the account will stay open. Or we can liquidate the position and block further trading on that account. This is recommended on a personal daily loss limit. It will lock you out. It will unlock you once the trading day closes and the next trading day opens. And if that was a Friday, it would be Sunday evening, 5 o'clock Central Time. We also have a personal daily profit target with the same actions. Do nothing, liquidate, or liquidate and block. Well, let's do our personal daily loss limit of $250 and our profit target of $300, just for something different. And we save. We have a notification. The charts and data. This here is the data speed that is coming through using the trading API connection. We recommend medium, but if you are finding that you're having some lag or potentially on Wi-Fi, we would want to use the slow. It's just that it's going to stream the data in a little slower, not a lot slower, a little slower. And if you're not into the really high-speed trading or using a second level DOM, a level 2 data, slow should be perfectly fine in most situations. I'm going to have mine on medium. These are chart plots. These are the orders on the screen. So when you place an order, open position, it will show on the chart. If you don't want it to show, we just click off the hide chart plots. Let's say you're a DOM trader and you want to keep the charts clean. It's a great opportunity to use that feature. And this is the alignment. It shows where the orders themselves are, whether the pricing shows on the right-hand side of the chart or the left-hand side of the chart. I like mine on the right being close to the price scale on the right-hand side. Privacy. This applies to these levels up here, these numbers up here. So if you're a streamer and you don't really want to show what your balance is, for example, you just check it, hit save, and it will block out your balance. Same goes for, let's say, maximum loss limit, and so on. Realize P&L. It will just block them out. Interesting feature that is available. Miscellaneous. These are just visual alerts like you see down here when you're placing orders, and sound alerts when you're placing orders as well. The balances, font size is up top. If I choose regular, you'll see they just reduce in size. Because we like streaming them on Topstep TV, to see them, we'd like to use the large so they're easy to recognize. And that's it for the settings. Finally, let's go into the support area. We click on the question mark. We have a couple of options. We have live chat with our support, our AI called Windy. We have support resources, which will bring out to the website area with multiple sources. The Help Center will bring you right to the Help Center where we can open support tickets. And here's a link to the TopstepX Discord. Very handy, very, very popular. This is the best part of the question mark here support area. TopstepX is a platform that is built by traders for traders with trader feedback. All the traders that have access can help shape the platform. If you see a feature or would like to see a feature, you can create a new post, enter in your title. It's a feature request. You can submit your information. You can add pictures to it, make the font different size, send a link out there. It's a TopstepX platform, and then reference if you'd like to have it as an indicator chart or whatever you're referencing. Click on Submit Post, and your suggestion will show at the top of the list here. What's great with this is you can go back and see anything that has been submitted. For example, this trader here, about an hour ago, has, click on it, we can see the information, the suggestion that they are looking for. Here's all the information. It's about an hour ago, so there's not a lot of comments in here yet. And let's say we like this feature. Well, I'm going to upvote it. Turns it to a 2, and it will notify me when there's updates to this. Let's leave this as an upvote because I like that. We can go and see what is top, what is trending. We can search for something if it's already in there or if we would like to suggest it. Here's our top submitters. If you want to see the roadmap of all the process of these that have been submitted, on the right we have the finished. So these are all submissions by the traders, and they were implemented by the development team. These are currently in progress. Now, the ones that are upvoted the most, where the most traders have interest, will be the progress. We'll jump into the progress. We had several of these. For example, there's a break even button, which we will go through, which was further down in the list. It actually wasn't a feature, and then it was suggested on Topstep TV maybe 3 weeks prior to the making of this video, and it was upvoted feverishly. A lot of the traders came in and upvoted it, and it pushed it right to the top of the list. So the other features were placed on hold, and the break-even button was implemented. And it was implemented, well, it says it's going to be done by June 30th, but it's already done. These are the ones that are finished. It's a great feature. You can see the quarterly roadmap, what's planned ahead, and then, of course, the monthly roadmap. The change log will allow you to keep track. You can subscribe by clicking here, setting up an account, clicking here, and it shows all of the updates and what happened. There's your break-even button. It shows where it is, tells about how to use it, and there are comments that are associated with it. Here's updates on April 10th, for example. This is a great area to spend some time, especially in the feedback area, where you can see what traders are recommending, read them, and upvote them if you would like. I see this as rejected. This is for feature requests only. This is not a support forum. And if it's not related to TopstepX, like this payout method, it will just be rejected because you want to keep the platform moving forward. So let's take one more look at our settings before we go and make a trade. We have our brackets with a risk of 100 and a profit of 200, and we have it automatically placing. Going back to our chart, let's move this out of the way. And I'm just going to, it's a green candle, so let's just take a long. I'm on the yellow. I'm on yellow. I'm on yellow. Buy market. I miss buy. There we go. I just didn't click hard enough. There's a buy market. Put the position on, long position, with my target of $200 and my stop of $100. At this point, these are completely adjustable. You can just click and drag. Move the target closer, move it further away, bring the stop with it. Close it out entirely by clicking the position, flattening, or taking the opposite side of the trade. Let's just close the position. Notice all of these are updated now. Let's go back to the settings and let's not use our position brackets. So we will uncheck this, click on save, and go back to trading. Let's take another long. There we are. We are in a long position, but notice we have no target or no stop. Well, if we click and drag, we can see this changes. It says set stop loss. It will give us the price, $105. Let's move it down below this point. There's a $155 stop loss. If we click and drag up, that's going to be our profit target. 125 profit target. And it operates the same way. Now that we have an order a position on, we have the break even button. It shows up on the DOM and it shows up on the order panel. By clicking the break even button, it's going to move our stop right to break even. So let's click it. It moved it right there to break even. You can still move it off and move it back. It's perfectly fine. Or you can just drag it up if you wish, and there. It came back down to our stop. We get stopped out, and we get a little bit of profit back again. If we want to add to the DOM, let's place an order on the DOM. So let's go down this location and let's place a buy right here. It's going to be a limit order because we are going long under the market. Once the market comes down to this price level, we will get filled. We can move it here or we can move it here. Either way. So once our market is trading, we can choose the automatic, so it will automatically center for us. Once we hit our level, let's see if we can get into a trade. It's right close by. And there it is. We are now in a position. And now we want to make sure we have a stop and we have a target. Flatten. We can do the same with the order panel. Now, let's go back to the settings. And let's turn on our bracket orders. Hit save. Back to trading. Now let's place a trailing stop. At this point, the way to place a trailing stop is through the order panel after a position is already placed. So let's do this. Let's buy. We are now in a long position. We have our target and our stop. I want my stop to be a trailing stop. So I'm going to cancel my stop order here. And let's say my trailing is at 38220. Well, I choose a trailing stop. And the distance, let's make it 50 ticks. One contract, because I'm in one position. And let's set the trailing stop. And there it is. It's 38793, 38795. The market is moving up, and it is trailing for us. If we wish to get out, we can flatten the position, or it will close on its own if it's stopped, or target. It shows that it's a sell and it shows the direction it's going and it will continue to trail while in profit. Very handy feature. Let's add an indicator to our chart. Click on indicators. Let's add something simple like a moving average. I'm going to click on it one time, and it shows in our indicator list on the top left. Here is a settings gear button. We have several items. We can change the style and the appearance of it, the visibility, which is very handy, which I will go through, and just the nature of the moving average. Let's make this a 20, for example. Calculated on close, we are not plotting a smooth moving average, so this does not apply. So there it is. If we want to change the style of it, let's make it white. Let's make it a little larger, and we can change this step line. It just plots straight across each one of the candles. It's an interesting look, but maybe you want crosses. It's all up to you. Here's a straight line. And there it is. It shows the 20 moving average. But let's say we don't want the 20 moving average when we look at a higher time frame chart. We can go to visibility, and we can change where we want it to display. So I don't want it to show on these charts. I want it to show on a minute chart, but only up to, let's say, 14 minutes. So it won't show on a 15-minute chart. I don't want it to show on the hours, days, weeks, or months. Now we have our moving average, 1 minute chart. We can click through these time frames, auto center, and it will show. But if I click on a 15-minute chart, it's not going to be there, and it hides. The reason for this is you may want to have a different moving average at different time frames. So for example, when you get to a 15-minute time frame, you may not want a 20, you may want a 50. So we can go to our moving average. We can go to our settings. This is going to be a 50 moving average. Let's make this one light blue and larger. And the visibility is not going to be on any of these except 15 minutes or higher. So notice the 50 goes away because we are on a 15-minute chart. When we reach 15 minutes, the 20 moves away and the 50 is showing. To remove these, you can just remove it by clicking on the X in this area. Very handy feature. Let's right click on the chart and look at the settings. Now, in the settings, this would be a candle, a traditional candle called the symbol. And we have the color of our candles very easily set. Our last line is here. If we want to show these other like high and low, it shows the lines up on top and bottom, and you have all these adjustments that you can make. The status line is this information at the top. So open, high, low, close values. We can see them open, high, low, and close. If I uncheck that, they go away. Volume goes away. Maybe you don't want those up there. The title, ticker, and description, we can just show the ticker. We can see it, but you may want to have the description as well. Scales apply to the price scale on the right and the time scale on the bottom. We can show the symbol name, shows YM. We can show, like we had the high and the low price here, the indicator name, which if we had an indicator, it will show it added to the chart. The indicator value, it will show the value of the indicator on the right-hand side as well. This is interesting, is no overlapping. So let's say the price is trading around a price level where your indicator is, you'll still be able to see the price levels. They just put them next to each other. Countdown to bar close is this 4 minutes. This is an interesting one, a plus button. Let's apply that for a moment. If I mouse over, see this plus button right here? It just makes it easy to draw a line. So I can look over here, say, okay, I want to draw a horizontal line. Click, and it draws a horizontal line there. It's a very simple feature. Canvas are the colors. Notice I have mine set on a black on the bottom and a gray on the top. That's what it shows. Top color, bottom color. You can make it your own. Whether you want to see grid lines, vertical, horizontal, there they are. Again, make these all of your own. Session breaks is a blue line where the market opened. This would be the 5 p.m. Central Time futures market open into the Asian session. The watermark is this in the background. We can check it off and we don't see it, or put it on. Crosshairs, I have these nice and big so we can see them on Topstep TV easily. Can remove the plus button since I'm not interested in that. The navigation, when you mouse over, see it down the bottom here, right here. This section where you can just click on these and move the chart left and right. And we have margins. This is interesting because if you have indicators or things going on up the top, you don't want to have these buttoned right up here, right up to the top. You want to have a little bit of margin, and you can change these and make these adjustable to whatever you like. This is the scale, size, and text features here. So that's what I like. This is pretty good when it comes to chart layouts. Let's make a template. Here, I'm going to choose 2. I have this named to 1 chart, so let's go back. Let's make a copy of this, and let's call it 2 charts, and save. Well, I only have 1, so let's take and make 2 out of it. Save. Notice they are both linked to yellow, but I want to have a yellow and a purple for different instruments. So we'll take this one, this link, and make it purple. Now, oh, they actually happen to be both on the same instrument. So let's put this on NQ. So now I have purple is linked to NQ. Purple is linked to NQ. So we can use the DOM, we can use the order panel, or we can trade right on the chart. You just want to make sure that you pay attention to these, because if you're here, you're looking at NQ and you just happen to glance over and click on a market or place an order, you'll be placing it actually on YM. So here's a 2 chart setup. So anytime I want to see 2 charts, I just choose this from the list. If I go to load layout, we can now see 2 charts. Let's choose 1 chart, and we are back to our 1 chart setting. Pretty cool. Thinking about placing orders on the chart directly, let's say that we wanted to buy when the market broke over this level. If I right click on the chart, it would be a buy stop since it's over the market, and I can place an order. I have a pending market buy. What if I wanted to sell when the market came back up to this level? I would right click, limit sell, and it would be waiting for the sell. Now you always want to be sure that you know where your settings are at for your bracket orders. Because if you're trading one instrument and you switch to another instrument, you may want to have these set to different settings. A little more room on your risk, or a little more profit target. So just remember that. They apply to the account, not to the instrument. Something to consider. Any of these modules can be dragged anywhere, as I shown before. We want to move it. We want to remove it. And let's say we want to keep this layout. Let's put this back on 2 instruments, 2 charts. There we are. So let's go and let's save this. Save as new layout. Let's call it 2 chart layout. Now, anytime we want to come to this layout, we just select it from the list. I'll show you a good example. I have one set up that only shows the DOMs, a whole bunch of them. I'm going to click on this. And that's everything. These are the DOMs that I have set up in this particular view. And these are the panels, component panels that I have in this particular view. But if I want to go to my 2 chart layout, I just reload my 2 chart layout. Very simple. So with this, I'll put the video back up here. And just take a moment to Thank you for watching this brief overview. And then we'll have a bunch of small individual videos that will be 5 minutes or less that will have deep dives into each one of these components. We'll have one specifically for the DOM, one just for indicators, one just for order panels, one just for the components. See you soon.